Alright, so?
Gave us a fake name again.
Again.
Not shocked.
Dang.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why he keeps doing this.
You don't understand?
Really?
I feel like it's pretty obvious to just spoil things.
I don't
Your thing.
spoil things.
Your thing is
Name
to
me
spoil.
one thing that I've actually spoiled.
The last movie.
Welcome back, everyone. This is going to be my Spider-Man 3 teaser breakdown. They finally revealed the title, so there's a bunch of Easter eggs in this. They also dropped a bunch of preview images of actual scenes from the movie, so I'll break those down as well. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. This is just the beginning. They're still in the middle of filming the movie right now. Tom Holland was also recently talking about what's going on with the Andrew Garfield and the Tobey Maguire stuff too, so I'll add that to the video as well, and all the WandaVision connections, Doctor Strange too, because Doctor Strange is going to show up during the movie as well. And we're in the middle of all the WandaVision reveals. We're the last couple of episodes, so we find out how this is actually going to be connected to the WandaVision series. I know people saw this doodle of the flux capacitor on the whiteboard here with the title, and they're like, wait a minute, is there going to be time travel during Spider-Man 3? There's a whole lot of stuff going on in this video, so we'll talk about it all. But they finally revealed the official title for Spider-Man 3. If you guessed it correctly earlier, pat yourself on the back, Spider-Man No Way Home. I think some people actually did guess this last year. I seem to recall it floating around in the predictions that everyone was making, the many different predictions people were making. This actually wasn't one of my picks, but I think it's a fine title, and Amy Pascal said way back in 2019 when they released Spider-Man Far From Home that Spider-Man 3 would have home in the title, so we all knew that they were going to do another riff on home. And the whole theme of the movie is that Spider-Man has been doxxed and framed by Mysterio, so everyone from this moment right here when they reveal that video on the planet would be able to find out where he lives with Aunt May in Queens. So there is metaphorically and literally no way he can go home until he fixes all his problems. But just talking about the Easter eggs in this video first, then I'll talk about the preview images that they also dropped when they were dropping the fake titles yesterday. You probably saw all the fake titles they were posting. But as Tom Holland is walking out of Jon Watts' probable fake office here, I'm assuming this isn't really his office in the Marvel Studios offices. All the directors that are working on Marvel movies, when they're writing the movie or working on the story or not actually out filming the movie, they keep offices that are really close in proximity, like walking distance, to Kevin Feige's office at the actual Marvel Studios offices at Disney. The whole reason for that is so that Kevin Feige himself can walk around and personally visit all the different writers' rooms in the movies. You do see a bunch of dog pictures on the wall though, presumably pictures of Jon Watts' dog. No Jon Watts himself though in the video anywhere because they are in the middle of filming the movie, so he's working like 24/7 while they blow through all those scenes. Tom Holland said they've actually been in the middle of filming the biggest action scene that's ever been filmed in any kind of giant comic book movie ever, and it's taken them an entire month just to film the scene. He said it's going to be one of the craziest things you'll ever see on screen. So post all your theories about what the final battle of the movie is going to look like, because it sounds like that's what he's talking about. But he walks out pretending to be all sad because of the jokes about the fake titles from yesterday that you all probably saw in your feeds. Most of the main cast of the movie were posting fake titles, claiming they were the real ones just as a joke to hype everyone up. Tom Holland posted the Spider-Man Phone Home Big E.T. joke in Spider-Man Home Wrecker with some of the preview images, the real preview images. Fake titles yesterday, but real scenes from the movie. Zendaya posted the Spider-Man Home Depot one. That's actually a good one. I like that joke. The actor who plays Flash Thompson posted this Spider-Man Esse Homie one. You notice the t-shirt that Tom Holland is wearing is another Peter Parker style MCU shirt in the same style of his nerdy joke t-shirts from Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home. This is just another joke about solving for X, like look here, I found X right here. You notice the Amazing Fantasy number 15 poster on the wall just to remind you, in case you don't know what this video is and you stumbled on it, that it is meant to be a Spider-Man related video. There are people working in the background of this office, presumably, because it is an actual real office, I think on the Sony lot, because Sony is the one that posted this video. But if these are actual real people and not just extras and interns that they just had be in the video for the fun of this, they're probably not working on anything super spoilery. They're making a big joke about spoiling things in the video, but there aren't any super big spoilers in the background. They walk past a foosball table, you see all these party decorations that are up. They pass under a bunch of death signs and then under a bunch of Christmas decorations, which I believe is just a reference to the movie actually coming out in Christmas 2021 and the events of the movie. During the movie itself, it will be Christmas inside the MCU. There have also been more recent teasers from the movie, more videos and clips from the set, more pictures and Easter eggs. I've already done videos for that stuff, so I'll post links for them in the description below. You could call the death signs a reference to everything that's happening in real life with the virus, but also things that are happening to Peter Parker in the movie, like everyone is out to get him, everyone is out for Spider-Man's blood. They joke about Tom Holland spoiling things in the past, like you spoiled the title of the last movie. They're talking about this video, but the whole thing is he didn't do that on purpose. The studio had him do that, and they just made it part of their marketing. They've turned the whole concept of Tom Holland spoiling things into part of their marketing machine. So when he's actually giving away real information, it's because Sony wants him to give away that information. Then they walk past the actual whiteboard, which reveals the real title. And then after this, they were careful to hammer that home. Like, seriously, no, this is the actual title, Spider-Man No Way Home. But all over the whiteboard, you zoom and enhance, they have all these jokes about the fake titles and the guesses people had. Some of them are actually pretty funny, like, nope, copyright issues with this one. No place like home. Nope, trademarked. Some of them are like, please no, hard pass, just clowning on some of the really bad ideas. Then I love this Aunt May joke here, like the fictional character Aunt May inside the MCU doesn't want Peter Parker to be homeschooled, so they can't call the title of the movie Spider-Man Homeschooled. There are a bunch of doodles of chemistry equations, Spider-Man pictures, and other little things in the background, like you see Iron Man's arc reactor, just a reference to his connection to the Iron Man character. Like a lot of these doodles are just meant to be clever winks at the actual Spider-Man character and just references to previous Spider-Man things. But just talking about the actual preview images of the movie, the scenes that they released, it's a couple different images of them all in the same place in this dilapidated building. So if it wasn't clear, all these pictures are part of the same scene. But you have all three of them, Peter, MJ, and Ned Leeds, inside of what looks like a really rundown or condemned building doing some detective work on Ned's laptop, which has the "This is fine" meme sticker on the cover, just another clever reference to the dire circumstances of Peter's situation in the movie. Everyone is out to get him, both legit law enforcement agencies, the police, the FBI, and all the Sinister Six villains that have been announced for the movie, like Dr. Octopus from the Tobey Maguire movies, and Electro from the Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie. There will probably be other villains too, because Michael Keaton confirmed that he was in talks to come back as the Vulture for the movie. There have been all kinds of other rumors for more core Sinister Six villains and Spider-Man villains, but they're probably just doing Sinister Six related detective work, forming a plan. Ned Leeds, still the man in the chair, wearing the Midtown High Letterman jacket. Because the movie takes place during the Christmas holiday, they might be on break from school, just addressing the fact that Peter wouldn't be able to go right back to school after Spider-Man Homecoming. Like, hey, see any cool YouTube videos recently, dude? Oh yeah, there was this one I saw with Mysterio in a video where he said that you killed him, and then you're Spider-Man. Is that true? The way that Tom Holland said that they addressed some of that in the movie is that about half the people believe the video is true, the other half, just general public people, think that it's fake. But a lot of people do believe it, and it becomes a big problem they have to solve. They were also supposedly just casting for a special courtroom scene in the movie, so post all your Daredevil theories. I've already done a couple videos about the Daredevil rumors about him showing up during the movie for a cameo. Spider-Man needs to get himself a really good lawyer fast. But I'm guessing that this old rundown building might just be where Peter is hiding out temporarily from everyone. It kind of reminds me of Spider-Man's apartment from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, just because it's so crappy looking. Except he didn't live in a basement apartment, he actually lived a couple floors up. But the walls all had this same white peeling paint around them. Like it looked like his apartment could fall apart at any moment, like he might crash through the floorboards because it's so run down. You'll get your rent when you fix this door. Then in this other preview image, everyone has been trying to look at this shadow on them and trying to figure out who it is they're looking up at high. Based on the fact that they don't look like they're afraid or in terror, they're just more curious about it. It could be Doctor Strange because of that orangish yellow glow effect on them. Like people are like, maybe this is Doctor Strange's portal and he's just coming in. Or it could just be them looking through the high windows to the street because this is supposed to be a basement room that they're in. Also just confirming the Christmas time setting. There's snow on the floor behind them that you can see, like all that white stuff, just snow on the ground and on the table against the wall in the room. So this really is a condemned building, like snow has actually come in through the windows and is all over the place. The whole thing with Doctor Strange in the movie is that he's supposed to be the big Avengers crossover character and something of a mentor, taking over the role that Iron Man had in Spider-Man Homecoming. The way they talk about him, though, it sounds like he's only going to be in as much of the movie as you saw Iron Man during Spider-Man Homecoming. Like, Iron Man was really only in maybe like 5 to 10 minutes of that movie, couple big scenes, like one action scene. But because of all the Spider-Verse rumors, and we know that WandaVision is supposed to help set up Spider-Man 3 and Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness, people are just wondering what that says about the actual plot of the movie. Like, what is it that WandaVision does to set up Spider-Man 3? Because the biggest thing that WandaVision is setting up is Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness, this big multiverse Marvel Phase 4 plot. They just teased all this Nexus stuff with Scarlet Witch on WandaVision back in the last episode. But because there's too many things that they have not confirmed about the movie, it's all speculation at this point as to what kind of multiverse plot happens during the film. But it does help kind of explain how you have the Dr. Octopus from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies and the Electro from the Amazing Spider-Man movies appearing in the film. The larger WandaVision connection does seem like it's them messing with the nexus of all realities, and that creates a bunch of multiverse chaos that then culminates in Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness. It also helps set up the idea of how alternate versions of Spider-Man can show up during one movie. Like, oh, okay, multiverse. I understand now. It makes sense. But I'll be covering all that stuff in my WandaVision Episode 8 video posting this Friday. Make sure you have alerts enabled so you don't miss that. And I'll be doing more Spider-Man bonus videos as we get more details about what's happening during the movie. There'll be a new Venom 2 trailer pretty soon too. So no worries, bunch of big Spider-Man related stuff happening this year. Everyone just post all your reactions about the title, Spider-Man No Way Home, and all your theories about the movie. While you wait for everything, click here for my brand new WandaVision Episode 8 trailer video, and click here for my full WandaVision Episode 7 video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys tonight.